Are you struggling to achieve glass skin? Dr. Wilkie, dermatology resident here. Today I'm so excited to do a fun going out look before I go to dinner with some friends. I'm also going to be sharing with you all my top 2 skincare recommendations for achieving glass skin. Skincare, skin prep is so crucial for achieving a good makeup look, and I did 4 steps today for this look. My first step was after washing my face using the Tirtir Milk Skin Toner. I bought a 2-pack from Costco a while back, and what the consistency looks like, it's very watery, so it already dripped down. My second step was going in with Prequel Multi-Quench Serum, wonderful hydration serum. This is the texture of the Prequel. My third step today was using the Skinceutical CE Ferrulic. Vitamin C, very expensive, but a good serum, and an OG. That was the texture of this one. My last step today was using a sunscreen, and I used the Haruharu Black Rice Sunscreen. This is the texture. Amazing sunscreen under makeup. And I did wait a full 10 minutes before I went and started my makeup. It's very crucial that you guys take that time, if you have it, to wait and let your sunscreen form that film before you start your makeup application. Otherwise, everything is just gonna blend together and mix together, and it's not gonna form those neat, nice, thin layers that you need to achieve that beautiful makeup application. We're gonna jump straight into this makeup look for today. Today's primer is gonna be the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. I prefer the matte version of this primer, but I'm just trying to use this primer up, and actually hasn't been too bad. And just apply it to any area where I tend to get a little bit oily. This primer feels a little bit lighter in consistency than the e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer, and is also just a tad bit more sticky, at least in my experience. Wonderful. We're all done with primer, so next is going to be foundation. And today's foundation is going to be the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation in shade 8. I'm not going to do the full pump, I'm just going to do half a pump of that foundation. To this little bit of Makeup by Mario foundation, I will go ahead and add the Prequel Half and Half Fluid Moisturizer. This is going to help thin out the foundation a little bit and make it even more natural and skin-like. I'm going to grab a flat foundation brush, one like this, and then I'm going to mix this on the back of my hand with that little bit of foundation I had added. And then once it's all mixed, I'll take a nice thin layer and just start swiping on my face. Then I will take a cushion puff, this Cheongsan물 one, and go ahead and tap this out. As I do my foundation, I'll go ahead and share with you guys what are my top 2 skincare tips for achieving glass skin. The reason I wanted to answer this question this week was I've just been thinking and looking at different products, skincare wise and also makeup, and I think there is such a big discrepancy in price points within the beauty space. I know when I first was getting into skincare, this was when I was a teenager, and I didn't have access to the information and knowledge that I have now. I would just assume that more expensive automatically meant that it was a better product. And I think even now, sometimes I fall into the trap of thinking that more expensive products are inherently better formulated, are better researched, and that's not always the case. Sometimes that higher price point has more to do with the marketing that's attached to a certain product or to whichever company has decided to create that product. So before you spend a lot of money on a skincare product, thinking that it's going to give you this flawless celebrity-like skin, I really want to share that the majority of anti-aging, glass skin, flawless skin ultimately boils down to 2 things. And those 2 things are going to be, of course, a sunscreen, and number 2, some sort of vitamin A that works for your skin. Let's start with sunscreen. There are studies that show us that the majority of skin aging, I forget the exact percentage, but it's quite high, definitely above 80%, and I think even higher than that, is attributable to photo damage. So premature skin aging, that high percentage is due to photo damage. So by just wearing a sunscreen, what you're gonna do is you're gonna protect your skin from the harmful effects of UV radiation from the sun, because that sun is so powerful. Think about it, you guys. Sunlight is what drives the growth of like plants and trees, and ultimately animals who eat those plants, and then other animals who eat those animals, and all of that energy source comes from the sun. It's so powerful, and because it can do all those amazing things, it also, when it hits our skin, has the potential to cause DNA damage, which if you you get that right combination of DNA damage over time, can lead to skin cancer, but can also break down collagen, lead to premature skin aging and whatnot. And our skin, you have that epidermal layer, which is that very top layer, and then right beneath it, we have the dermal layer, which has connective tissue and also collagen, elastin, blood vessels, whatnot. And that collagen and elastin gives our skin that youthful look, gives that juicy look and that glass skin, which has to do with just having a nice kind of smooth surface so that when light hits your skin, it reflects off at those high points. Our skincare can really help us achieve a beautiful glass skin look, but there are certain days where our skin will ebb and flow with the weather, the changes of the seasons, the environment that we're in. That's where also makeup can come in, where things like highlighter can almost mimic that luminosity and shine that you might desire from glass skin. So I think the two really complement each other in achieving that beautiful glass skin look. And wearing your sunscreen every day without fail, even on cloudy days, is really gonna be key in ensuring that you're getting one step closer to achieving that glass skin look. My second recommendation that is gonna move the needle towards that goal, if that is your goal, is gonna be some sort of vitamin A. Tretinoin, a retinol with an A, or retinol over the counter. These products have data, especially tretinoin, to show that it can prevent premature skin aging and also just plump up the skin, build some collagen, build a little bit of elastin too. That is all gonna create that smooth layer of your skin by supporting that dermis, that deeper skin, and help you in achieving that glass skin look. The foundation that I'm using today, because I thinned it out so much, it's very light and sheer, and I love it. Just gives me a nice, natural, beautiful look and evened out my skin tone. All right, so this is all of our foundation for today. It didn't cover all of my skin entirely, but it just helped create a natural, even base for me to now go in with my other products. Those two ingredients, a good sunscreen and a topical ingredient like vitamin A, are gonna be the two things that really get you closer to glass skin. I would say for the majority, those two things are gonna take you so far. It's a long game. Neither are gonna give you instantaneous results, but I think that's why it's even better, because it's gonna help build up your skin's collagen and protect your skin in the long term. Okay, so now we're gonna move on into concealer. Today's concealer is Natasha Denona HY-Glam concealer. This one is a beautiful concealer. What I'm gonna do is I just swiped it here on the back of my hand. I'm gonna take my large shader E60 brush by Sigma, and I'm gonna dip into this concealer like so, and start pressing where I want the concealer. This shader brush does really good at blending out my concealers. I would say out of my concealer brushes, this is definitely one of my top favorites. Then I'm gonna move on to that cushion puff and blend some of these edges. Beautiful. We're all done with our concealer for today. I'm gonna move now into setting this lightly. I'm so excited to try this new setting powder. It's the Maybelline Fit Me. I couldn't take the sticker off. I bought this from CVS and I got the shade 15, which is light. Today I'm gonna test out using this as both my setting powder and my finishing powder. I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush, the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. I'm just gonna swirl in here, swirl, tap, and just set this concealer. I went to CVS to pick up some medications, but also I looked at the makeup aisle because I was really looking for the L'Oreal Blurfection. My CVS didn't have that powder, but I did see this one. This is a powder I've been wanting to try for a while now. So far, not bad at all. We'll see how it wears tonight. I'm only gonna be going out to dinner tonight, and so I won't be wearing my makeup for too long today, but we'll see how this sets my makeup. That's it for the powder. And next I wanna move on into doing some contour. I will use my Fenty Beauty Amber Suede. This has quickly become one of my favorites. I'm gonna use this Sigma Airbrush Kabuki brush. I used to use this for my foundation, but haven't in a while, but I'll use this to blend out this contour. This is a little bit more of a densely packed brush, and so a little different from the fluffier brushes I typically use. Next, I'm going to contour my nose and also my eye area. For this, I do like to grab a little fluffy brush, and I'm using the Jessup Mold 10 brush. And also my eyes. Take my cushion puff and blend out any edges that might have formed. Okay, we're all done with contour now, and we're gonna move on into blush. I've had this blush for a while now. I think I got it from an Allure beauty box that I was subscribed to last year. It's the Nudies Matte Naughty and Spice Cream. I'm gonna blend it here on my palm. The Sigma Powder Blush. I think this will be good because I haven't played with this blush to get a little bit more control. But I am already obsessed with this color. It is so natural, so dusty. That is beautiful. I'm gonna take a little bit more. I did this in one of my last videos and I've been having fun trying this, especially when I go out, which is just taking my blush, definitely putting it here on my nasal bridge, but also almost like my medial cheeks. Because I'm going out to a dinner where I think the lighting is just going to be a little bit more warm-toned and dim, I'm okay with hitting my makeup even a little bit more. I'm going to take my cushion puff and blend out some of those edges. And actually with that same brush, whatever's left of the blush, I'm going to hit it on my temples up here, just connect it. I'm going to finish this blush look with Euphoria Blush is Life, Kosas. And I'll take a fluffy brush like this one, and I'm just going to dip and just lock the blush I have set. We're gonna use the Natasha Denona Soft Sculpt palette for our eyes. Have a pink theme going on with this beautiful blush. So let's do a little bit of eyes to complement it. I'm gonna grab this Rose 2 shade down here. This one, using this Morphe brush. It's pretty small and precise. Gonna grab this Rose 2. Beautiful. We're gonna grab a little bit more of that Rose 2 color. Grab a Rose 1. I'll grab another precise brush like this one. Grab a little bit of that Rose 1. For a tiny bit more dimension, I'm gonna grab Rose 3 down here using the same Morphe brush I'd used for Rose 2. Rose 3, grab a little bit. And this is just gonna go on the outer corner. I'm gonna grab a precise eyeliner brush, EO5 by Sigma. I'm gonna use Urban Decay Demolition, which is one of the brown shades, a deep brown. It's gonna look like this, but I'm gonna use my eyeliner brush to dip into Demolition, blend it out on my palm. A little bit more of Demolition now for the other side. I'm gonna keep this eyeliner look very simple today. No tight lining, nothing like that. So this is it for the eyeliner look. I'm gonna keep it very simple, very natural. To lock that eyeliner in place, I will take Full 3 down here and lock that eyeliner in. I'm gonna take a clean eyeliner brush like this one. Just clean that up a little. To finish this eye look, I want to use the Dior palette to do a little highlighting. I use the Dior Backstage Glow Face palette in 1, which is universal. I'm going to grab the white down here to highlight my tear duct, Jessup Mold 13. Grab the white. Next, I'm going to grab this light bronzy shade, and it's going to go right on the center of my eye. I do like to take my finger, grab the pink, and this is just gonna go right on up here to highlight. Let's go ahead and do mascara. I don't go crazy with my mascara. I take an eyelash curler. Then I'm gonna take my Heroin Make Micro Mascara. Let's move on into brows. I will use my Kosas Brow Pop Black. Use this slowly, brush my brow hairs up. Then I will use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel to brush some of these brow hairs up. Just that. Let's move on into our lips. I will use Smoky Pink by Makeup by Mario to line my lips. Now grab the other end with the brush. My cheeks are the focal point, so same blush. And I'm going to use my finger. So this is going to be the base color. And then on top, I'm going to use my Tower 28 lip balm to give it a little bit more color right in the center and shine. Use my other finger. Tap. I want to use this one size powder melt. Shake this up. Next, I'll use the all-nighter Urban Decay. To finish this look, I'll go back to that Maybelline Fit Me powder just to use it now as an actual finishing powder. And I'm going to take a little bit, swirl, tap off the excess, lightly go over areas, especially where I know I'm going to get really oily, and blur out any pores. Okay, you guys, here's my final look for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I had so much fun doing this makeup look before I go out to dinner with some friends. I'm really excited for this. It's a Saturday, and I think this dinner will be a good way to end out the week before getting ready for next week. I've been having so much fun making these videos. I'm coming up close to that 3-month mark for when I started this YouTube channel. And so if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you've done a fun nighttime look recently or if you plan to do one. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye!